they're
joined by.
fighting, you see General No PT is now collaborating with the ADF. That is where they're fighting. You
That
also
is
can
propaganda.
where they're fighting,
I
ADF
can
just
tell you
arrested
that
Regina
is not the
Mundi.
case. That is propaganda. But I'm joined by Prince J.K. coming in the place of Sama Thomas. Prince J.K., I believe you have been following this discussion here. What do you want to add into it, please?
Greetings, Ambazonians, and greetings, Secretary Chris, greetings, Dabank Ivo, and greetings, Barrister Tumesang Martin. First of all, I want to say I would like to do some points of correction. Yeah, I've been following this show before joining, and I want to first correct Tapang on what he said, that Marianta is not the president and he doesn't recognize Marianta. And for him to know that we recognize him, Tapang, as the consortium president when he was not elected. So we might disagree, but we have to agree. Yeah, so if he says he's not recognizing Marianta as a president, then definitely we will not recognize him as consortium because we served under him as activists then. So I want to do that one point of correction.
JK, yeah. I appreciate that, but we don't want to drag into that argument because it's not even
I just
debatable
wanted to do that
here.
Point of correction before I give my contribution.
Yes, go on, please.
Not, yeah. Then, and number two, in regards to ADF and the release of Regina Mundi, there is no what can I say? There is no acclamations or accolades we can give to ADF. There is no points of debate. No, there is not. It's not a high bid or a low bid, as Barrister Tumesan was saying in the case of a 10 Kobo, that maybe those ones are delegates and their bids are not high, and these ones are is a senator. No. When you are in war, every bid matters. It doesn't depend on how big the bid is. And once you have given a tag price to that bid, and you're owing your allegiance to the people which you claim you defend, then you have to defend your word. For the fact that ADF did not defend their word in regards to exchanging Regina Mundi for a path for Ngalafo, that means they failed. That means they're not with us. That's simple. We should not brand the story. We should not mix the story to favor or no. There's no accolades we have to give there. Let's be truthful.
Very fair point.
I want us to be truthful to that.
Very fair point.
Because if we continue like this, if we go on like this, then we are not putting Ambazonian first. Like Tapang said, yes, many youths have been killed. Let's look on the youths. If Tapang is very right, the age of the old people don't die. It is the youths which are being killed. Then if you see the age of Regina Mundi compared to the age of Ayeke, compared to the age of General Ivo, compared to the age of the others who are dying, what service does that woman, that terrorist woman, have to do with the young generation? So the things we as young people, we have to face the fact here.
And you see, Jeka, which is true. I agree. Jeka, if you see what is happening right now, this is a very fair point from Jeka. Look at what is happening. I've just looked at the social media wave. Everyone is giving respect. Oh, we will release that mommy, na grandmammy. What about the youths? You don't respect youths? You're giving respect to some old politician who has failed in a political career and banking on corruption to still be a senator? And then the youth are giving up their lives for a country that the old people like Regina Mundi could not fight for, but when we're working for La Republique, it doesn't make any sense. So screw you with your so-called respect for the elderly. Sorry to put it that way in a harsh way, but screw you with that. If the elderly does not work in favor of the youths fighting for Ambazonia's liberation, I don't owe you any dime of respect. Go on, J.K.
That means you are right now. That means we say ADF is not for us. No matter how we mix it, no matter what, ADF is not for us. They are like
no, for that particular point, you cannot generalize. Let's not generalize on that simple mistake. No, we will generalize.
Why?
That's a little mistake. That's just one thing. That's I would say it's a communication gap.
Tapan, you are landed. Logically, they say in logic they say if you do something once, let me say if A is this, B is this, therefore this, you give a conclusion.
You have to prove it empirically. You have to prove it empirically.
If ADF has not been shown Ambazonia the love they need, And now ADF arrest somebody which Ambazonians were hoping and thinking that with this arrest, they can clear their image, and they don't do, then therefore ADF is not for the people. Simple logic.
That is an assumption. It's not an empirical fact. That's an assumption.
How will you say it's an assumption?
I don't
correlation
know
does not mean causation. Correlation does not mean causation.
No.
Correlation is
gentlemen.
Correlation does not mean causation. Because something always caused this to happen, you have to prove it empirically.
But Tapang, you just said there before I was joining that they released the woman, maybe the money is used to buy weapons. But me and you can testify that since the late General Ivo died, how many battles have ADF fought? Let's be real.
How many battles have ADF fought? ADF has been defending the entire Ambazonia, having the largest contender forces, defending the people of Ambazonia. It's not a battle. We are not fighting battles, we are fighting a war.
All right, Tapang, Ivo, you know that people really believe what you say, so not a problem there. Please, you guys do me a favor. The time is fast spent. Let me open the phone lines. Let's take a few phone calls before we call it a night. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now open the phone lines for you to come in, chip in your idea to the discussion on the table. The phone line for those of you who are used to the show is, let's see, oh, they are calling already. Okay, the phone line is right there. Let's get to the first caller here. We can only accept phone calls on one line, not two lines. We can only accept phone calls from one line, please. All right. Hello. 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 All right. If you call, you have to pick the phone when you are. Let's get to the next caller here. Hello.
Secretary Chris.
Hello, sir. Good. You're calling from Maryland, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm calling from Maryland. Sebastian Barrico. I want to appreciate Tapang for coming to talk to share his opinion in ABS, and our able barrister and Prince J.K. that just joined. Well, on the point of the release of the lady, let us just hope that there is something more cooking in the background that ADF don't want to bring to us now. Again, if they have taken money, well, let us just hope that that money is going to be used in probably getting arms to fight the revolution. I think we should be somehow optimistic at this point.
No, you cannot.
We should not just be pessimistic.
Come on. Hold on there. How can you be optimistic? 5 years and counting. They haven't bought anything. Oh, sorry, they have the arms. There's no doubt about that. They have it. But who have they fought with it?
Well, Secretary Chris, we are just saying let us hope that, because I also believe that it is not everything that ADF will come out there and tell Ambazonians that, oh, we've taken this money, we are going to use it for arms, or let us just hope let us be somehow optimistic that they will do something better. And if they went into any deal with La Republique, and if La Republique doesn't respect the terms of the deal, they will certainly go back to the field to act. That La Republique know that Ambazonians are capable. We will probably ADF will not only go for Madame Mundi, they will go again. Now they may decide to go for more people.
You think Mundi will be sitting there waiting for them to come back?
The governor is there. You see, he is there like he's growing in Banda. You know the Banda. He is going to be vulnerable. So I think ADF should prove us again this time around that they are in for Ambazonia. Again, I want to appreciate Tapang, and Tapang. You want to come to ABS all the time to come and make your views heard. I know you said I stole money and Sako bought a 600,000 house, the house you slept in. No problem. Welcome to ABS.
No. I did not say that about you. Your money is genuine. I did not say that about you.
All right, thank you. I can assure you that if it has not already happened, Regina Mundi is now a neighbor of John Frundi in Yaoundé somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Very right,
all right, let's get to the next
very
caller here. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hey, Secretary Chris. Yeah, Secretary Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question to Tapang.
This is the Honorable Mike Fusi. Am I correct?
You're correct.
All right, you got a question for Tapang. Go on, sir.
Yes, I would like to ask Tapang. I know that he's always been very controversial, and his statements out here today are not surprising to me. As a matter of fact, I was surprised to see him on the show. So my question to him is this. Tapang, do you remember calling for the assassination of Field Marshal the King? And that you called for his head, that he should be killed? I ask this particularly because we know that the ADF has done absolutely nothing. If anything, the ADF has done more against our people than against La Republique. So when you go out there and you profess to be fighting for the liberation of the southern Cameroon, Sambazonia, and you call for the assassination of someone who has demonstrated in every way possible his willingness to put his life on the line for the liberation of our country, Ambazonia, someone like Field Marshal the King, he has demonstrated for years and is still demonstrating to today. What can you still defend that statement you made that Field Marshal the King should be killed, especially compared to the abysmal performance of the ADF?
All right, thank you, sir. I will give Tapang a minute to answer the question. Thank you. Tapang, go on, please.
Thanks for that caller. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Tapang, go on.
All right, thanks for that caller. I will just start off by his first part of the question about the controversy issue. I think I'm not controversial, but I think I'm broadcasting to people who have controversial brains. Some people do have controversial brains, so it's difficult for them to decode what Tapang always says. And I understand because we're in a revolution where people are of different categories and their reasoning types. So it's not surprising if someone with a controversial brain comes up to say, hey, Ivo, I don't understand your message. You're sounding more controversial. It's normal. The second part of the question, it comes to Field Marshal. I raised that statement because Christopher Anu, who sits here, was advocating for the killing of other Ambazonia generals fighting still for the same cause. So what is good for the goose is as well good for the gander. Unless Mr. Christopher Anu has backed down, which I think he has. Maybe he has realized some of those mistakes. Likewise, I've also backed down, but we are moving towards the same path in a revolution.
Wonderful. That's not
why don't we say Secretary Chris?
JK, hold on there.
He was a secretary under Sako, but I think he has fired Sako, so so maybe he has a new title. He was a secretary under Sako, but
hold on, Tapang. Let me add to the question of the caller out there. There was a moment you went around raising funds and displaying some military boots on the internet and telling people you are the one sponsoring Field Marshal and the Red Dragons.
Not Field Marshal, please. Not
sorry?
Field Marshal, the Red Dragons, yes.
The Red Dragons, right. No,
yes.
But you mentioned Field Marshal, we know that.
No, I don't even know him.
Okay,
I've never crossed paths with
the
him.
people out there watching you know exactly what you said. Who was your contact in the Red Dragons? Did you know?
I cannot reveal my contacts to you.
Marshal?
You and I know that we come from we share the same village boundaries.
Correct.
We're all from Libya 11. We have our fighters.
Field Marshal is my own brother, and if you were supplying anything
if you
to
have
the
the
Red
video,
Dragons,
can you pull it up so that we should speak with facts?
know. You know that
so
if
pull
you
up the
supply
video
them
because
anything,
all my words are always
know.
decent
The
and my videos are available. Can you pull up the video?
The problem is that you are one of those who have collected money in the course of this struggle. Put it in your pocket, and it did not go into their hands. It did not get to the destination.
All the times from the
Theodore Ngomba. Hold on, I muted you. Hold on, let me finish the statement. I muted you. I will open the mic for you to speak, to respond. Theodore Ngomba once took you to court here in Houston. I don't know what I went to court to do that day. I met you there. I testified in your favor. It had to do with money you put in your pocket. How can you stay running around and saying all these things and not looking at the things you have done to mess up this struggle?
Yes. Secretary Chris, I would like to drop a point there on this issue.
So I respond.
Go ahead.
Okay, if I'm unmuted, let me respond.
You are unmuted. Go on.
I hear someone talking at the background. So
hold on, Prince Jacob, hold on.
Yeah, so let me respond to this. The first part of it, you're talking about money. The best time and the best part of the entire Ambazonia revolution has been under my reign. I care less about whoever is in power right now.
But did you collect money? Did you collect money from Ambazonians in the pretense of buying arms or boots and supplying to the Red Dragons? And if so, who was your contact there at the Red Dragons? And the money that Theodore Ngomba was suing you here
my
in
contacts
Houston.
at the Red Dragons were my village people in Lebialem, where I shared a
Who
boundary
was
with you.
your contact?
I cannot reveal. You want to kill them as you've killed others?
All right, thank you. Please, let's take the next caller. I know that it's a little embarrassing, but let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get to the next caller here.
Please, before you take the next caller, let me add something, please.
Hold on, Prince Jacob. Let me get the next caller. You will answer from there. Hello.
Yes, greetings, Secretary Chris. Greetings, Tapan. Greetings, Prince Jacob, and greetings to my brother, Barrister Tumasan Martin. My question goes to Tapan Ivo. Brother Tapan, I want to thank you, for all that you did in the early days to take this liberation struggle to the next level, where it was able to come to the diaspora. It galvanized us. We have now organized ourselves. We're contributing, and we're trying to fight to secure our freedom and our liberty in our various movements. As you are very aware, you in particular and several others, even Secretary Chris and many other people have made incendiary comments against each other, which is making it difficult for us to work together. We've heard the recommendations that have come from the Honorable Tibor Naj, who is encouraging Ambazonians to come together in a coalition kind of set up so that we can speak with one voice in our outings when we're meeting the diplomatic corps, even though when we're in ground zero, we can be fighting from the left, the right, and center, punching our public using our different movements. What advice, the question I have for you is, what advice can you give to your own organization and other organizations as confidence building measures that they can perform so that the temperature can be reduced from all the incendiary things we have said to each other so that we can get to the point where we can form this coalition? Secretary Chris has done a great job in opening up ABS to allow people to come so we can all talk to each other and hear what each other's side is doing and how each other's side is thinking. So I think the communication is the first step. But what would you recommend to everybody else, your movement in particular, the ADF AGOC, Ayuktabe, Iya Marianta team, Sokadef, all the other myriad of groups that we can do to as confidence building measures so we can eventually get to the coalition that we need to get us to ground zero and liberate our homeland. Thank you.
Thank you. Tapan, please, briefly, so we can get other callers.
And the way forward. I believe in literally everybody. I've always stood for one thing from the start of the Ambazonia revolution till present. No government today, come tomorrow. Liberation now, government tomorrow. That is where the Ambazonia revolution has a problem.
That is not the question, Tapang. That wasn't the question. The question was, how would you advise your own group to come together, do some confidence building towards
collaboration? Certainly I'm trying to answer the question. So what I'm saying is, it takes two to tango, Secretary Chris. I would say Uncle Chris, not Secretary, because that was the former SACO. So it takes two to tango. I know the ADF in and out. The ADF would hardly participate with politicians in a revolution. I'm dead honest. And I believe at this stage of the revolution, we don't need politicians. We don't need governments. We don't need that. We have to liberate the
what
people who
will
are
be
dying
the
first.
advice
We
you
will
give
elect
them? What will be
the
the
advice I
advice
will
you
give.
give them
The
to
advice I
work
will give,
with
and I've given the
other
ADF,
leaders?
including Ayaba, including Dr. Ayaba. I've spoken with him. He is ready and willing to work with everyone. And Tapang Ivo is willing to sacrifice his life for this
What
to
did
happen.
you tell him? What was your
I
suggestion?
told
The
him that let's
CBM that the last caller
collaborate.
is referring to.
Yeah, I told him that let's collaborate with all other groups, and I'm the one who formed the contender force. Remember, I'm the one who formed it on the ground, the contender force. So I told him in the diaspora, let's meet up with Chris Anu and the rest and form a large coalition to liberate homeland. And he said he's okay for that. But there are politicians in the revolution.
And he is not a
So are they
politician.
willing to relinquish that political quest for pseudo power?
You mean to relinquish power so that if there has to be any leader, it has to be Ayaba?
It must not be Ayaba. Ayaba is not willing to take it. And I don't know if someone has ever spoken here. Let me just speak it out clear. Ayaba told me, Dr. Ayaba told me, he is not even willing to be the leader of any coalition force.
How about the leader?
That is what he said.
How about the leader of AGOF-C?
So this smear campaign should end. I'm speaking here,
How
and I
about the
know
leader
the
of
mindset of Ayaba.
AGOF-C?
Come again, please.
How about being the leader of AGOF-C?
The AGOF-C is an organization, so you can keep your organization. I don't really care about whether you're part of the IG or some whatever group you want to create. I don't really care about that.
But the AGOF-C, that's a political organization, isn't it?
Groups.
The AGOF-C, that's a political organization, isn't it?
The organization we are going to form is bigger than AGOF-C and the IGs and all of those things.
Hold the line, please. All
Those
right,
are all
let's
groups.
leave it
Those
there.
are all little groups.
Prince Jacob, please, I give you 50 seconds so we can get more callers at this moment. Go on, please.
Secretary Chris, really I wanted to say Tapang is a very, very good propagandist. If that's his job he did since when he felt humiliated after being the consortium. He's laughing, but he knows he's a very good communicator, and he did a very good job as a consortium leader there. And when I see you spending more time to hit him with questions, Tapang know what he's doing here. Tapang is a very, very intelligent Southern Cameroonian youth, and he did a good job at his time. But if you don't know the role he has to play in this revolution, then you get him confused. That's why ADM brought him into the game. When Bala and Pata sang, they made him feel humiliated after chasing him and Mark Barata away as a consortium leader. So I want to say this year, but this year, now at this time, we're talking about the Ambazonia revolution and those dying on the ground. But whatever we do here, let us know that tomorrow we will testify. So whatever you see Tapang is doing here, he's just struggling to redeem his own self and play us along with the game. Me, I know that very, very well. What ADF has done and whatever we're talking about, unity or whatever, Ayabacho will never accept those conceptions because they don't buy to his way. They don't buy to his ideology. They don't buy to his concept and that of AGOF-C. That's the simple thing. They want everything to be dissolved and then it goes their way. Yeah, they are those kind of selfish and greedy people which, if things doesn't go their way, better we destroy it. And it's those head that made AGOF-C parted ways with the SCYL of Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. Even him and Ebenezer Akwanga also splitting from NCNC. So the division line has been something that has been trending. The division line started from NCNC, then Ayaba and Akwanga could not be together. So don't expect people who have been bent on division to form unity. No, people who have been bent on division are based on their interest. And people of personal interest can never form a unifying factor, which we find in the consortium. And Tapang's anger, me, I know he will not say it. I know we are youth. When you are humiliated at a certain level, you become a propagandist. So let's focus, please.
All right. Thank you. Let's get to the calls. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. I know you are calling from Ground Zero. Where on Ground Zero, sir?
Yeah, from Bamenda.
Okay, quickly, so we can get a few other calls before we go.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Greetings to the panel. Firstly, I want to say that I want to inform. Let me inform Tapang Ivo that it is very, very unacceptable for him to come on the platform there and show so much respect to inform the leadership that Brazzaville's vehicles are going about in Bamenda doing business as if there is no problem. Brazzaville's vehicles. Today, I stood somewhere in Bamenda today and I saw 3 Brazzaville's trucks transporting drinks to go and sell as if there is no problem. So this revolution is suffering in many ways. And this is a very prominent one. At this point in time, it is very unfortunate. Something has to be done. I have suggested that restoration fighters should be instituted in Bamenda. We have ADF in Bamenda, no restoration fighters. That's why you're having these lapses. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We will just move on to the next caller. No comment there. I think that was more of a comment. Let's get to wow, many calls.
Can I say something
over
maybe to that last call?
387 calls have come in within this show.
I can say something to that last call, Brother
about 3 or 4. Hello.
Hello. Yes. Good day. I want to react with respect to the release of Regina Mundi.
Go on, sir. Go on quickly. 50 seconds.
Yes. From all indication, we are seeing from the ground that the Tapangs and the Ayabachos, they have embezzled an amount of money from this game. It's a whole game because what they were saying and people were believing them that there will be some prisoner exchange. It didn't work. So they are doing what they are doing, we already know. And what I want to say again, this animosity that is existing between you people there is affecting us in the ground. And you people should seek for possibilities to see that you people unite. I know Ayabacho is not willing and Secretary Chris also is not willing. We know Secretary Chris is a veteran in the struggle. And we know we have to give them the place. Certainly. Because we know from the onset, Ayabacho, they have not been doing a good job behind here. They have been conniving and knocking the heads of one fighter and the other. So we need to see how we can push this struggle to a greater height.
All right.
Because if there's no unity, no way forward.
Thank you.
Please, we are suffering, and you people know this. You people are not doing a good job there. You people are just there knocking your heads there. What you are doing over the screen there, you are just making a fool out of yourself. You are just disgracing the whole struggle. You are putting us in a perpetual mode of confusion.
All right, thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. Let's get to the next caller here. Let's get to the next caller. Okay, where is it? All right. Hello.
Secretary Chris.
Hello, ma'am. This is Ma Franca. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful. You got through today. All right. What is the question?
Oh, my God. I've been trying to reach you forever.
Well,
yes,
you got through today.
Thank you very much for this show. Yeah, and thank you for accepting my call. I have a few things to make. First, I would like to advise Dr. Ayabacho to kindly share the money that he received with his fighters or his boys in Mezam. Because he's receiving all this big money, but his boys are in Mezam, especially harassing, kidnapping, and torturing poor civilians. As I speak to you, just this week alone, we counted about 5 kidnappings in Bamenda, including picking up kids from school, kidnapping couples from their houses, taking them to hideouts in barefoot bushes. And I would just like, if Ayabacho is taking all this big money, can he kindly share the money with his boys in Mezam so that people can live in peace? That's my first point.
Okay, hold on there, hold the line. Let me see if Tarzan can attempt an answer, though he is an outsider now in the ADF. But Tarzan, she makes a very good point. I think last week I received a call where 3 people from one family were picked up by the ADF. The first one, I think they were demanding for, was it 3 million or?
They started with 25 million. And then in the end, after keeping them for 1 month, the family was able to raise 2.7 million. And
is
then
that for one person or for the 3 persons?
Well, let me explain it, Secretary Chris. They took that money, released the husband. It was a couple and another young lady, 24 years old, in their car. They took the money, kept them for 4 weeks, and then released the husband to go and look for more money. The husband went and stayed for 1 week, didn't have that money. And then they released the wife to join the husband to look for the money. So the wife went, and the money wasn't coming because they could not afford it. So the gang again went after the husband, looking to kidnap them. So up till now, they are still in hiding. But in the end, with messages that we sent, we called Capo Daniel. I reached Dr. Ayabacho. He referred me to Capo Daniel. Capo Daniel didn't make any sense. And then Stocks in Congo got involved, and different people got involved, and they finally released the young lady, but they kept her for almost 6 weeks. So, and then as of yesterday, they picked up a child from school and demanded $800,000. The family was able to afford $600,000, and I'm not sure they have released that child. So please, can somebody tell Ayabacho to kindly share this $80 million francs to his boys in Mezam, especially so that our people can have peace. My second point goes to Captain,
hold on. I think Tapang wanted to say something. Just hold on. I'm not dropping you. Tapang, go on, please.
Okay.
Yes, hello, Ma. It's with great regrets that I would say, if this truly has happened or is happening, it's very, very sad in this revolution. But I will say the ADF that I know, that I have known, and that I will continue to know, does not in any way support the kidnapping of civilians. Not even women and children.
I will stop,
Can I just speak? Let me speak and end so that you can speak. Let's be civil.
Hold on. I will stop you there. Please, sometimes we need to be honest. I don't know how you can come and sit there and say the ADF does not abduct
If you have
civilians.
proof, can you show me?
When you heard references made by the caller,
what is the proof?
To calling, hold on, let me make the point. She made references to calling Capo Daniel, to calling Ayaba, to calling
and Success Congo
members.
And Success Congo, she just mentioned Success Congo.
Paid. Listen,
she mentioned Success Congo, which means it's Atanganji boys. It's Atanganji boys, not ATF.
Who are the
She mentioned Success Congo. Listen to her last words. She says Success Congo.
The people that are being paid 80 millions are Atanganji boys. Come on.
Yes, she just mentioned Success Congo. That is the word she just mentioned. She mentioned
80 million.
These are
going to Atanganji boys?
ADF. They are not ADF.
80 million. Who is it going to? To Atanganji boys?
Where is the 80 million? This is speculation. Where is the 80 million?
But you mentioned it. You said it. You have
I say it's propaganda.
You have a story here. Tapang, you said they took money. That is what you wrote.
Millions of dollars.
That is what you wrote. You said they took money.
Where is the 80 million here? Where is the 80? Show me the 80 million.
But listen, let me ask you another question. Hold on, please. Tapang, let me ask you. It is established. ADF fighters inside Mancon, or the Labokang or other places, they arrest our people. They take millions from them. Why are they not going after? Why are they not going after francophones inside